Hi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of the audience who are participating online. My name is Kin Ming. As REHDA Wilayah Branch Chairperson, I'd like to warmly welcome you to this Minum Petang session dengan Datuk Bandar and DBKL. So, first of all, terima kasih kepada Datuk Bandar dan pengerusi-pengerusi DBKL untuk sesi macam ni. Sekarang inilah new normal.
New normal.
Yes. It's a shame we cannot meet in person, but thank you to the DBKL AV team for this wonderful setup. And maybe I'd like to start with Datuk Bandar sharing some of his opening remarks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chan, Datuk IR Som, Jenama Azizi, and ladies and gentlemen. Adalah lebih baik bagi saya untuk memulakan memberi penerangan lebih sedikit mengenai apa yang berlaku terkini di Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Datuk IR Som, Presiden REHDA Malaysia, Encik Chan, Pengerusi REHDA Wilayah Kuala Lumpur, Tuan Haji Nur Azizi, Pengarah Eksekutif Rancangan dan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur, Datuk-datuk, tuan-tuan, puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian, yang sama-sama mengikuti sesi webinar ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Thank you for taking the time today to spend your precious Saturday afternoon with us. It indeed demonstrates the commitment and dedication from all of you in contributing towards Kuala Lumpur City for All. DBKL or Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur appreciates the collaborative partnership and active engagements with REHDA as we work together for the betterment of Kuala Lumpur. Together with us today, Tuan Haji Nur Azizi, yang bahagia Datuk IR Som and Encik Chan, whose experience and guidance have indeed been valuable to us. Discussions and sharing of ideas through sessions of this nature are crucial as it gives us a step back and how to improve our fair city of Kuala Lumpur. Today, I will be sharing with you latest updates with regards to planning guidelines and processing procedures for development approval application. I hope you don't mind as I will continue most of my presentation in bahasa. Saya berharap tuan-tuan dan puan-puan berada dalam keadaan sihat sejahtera dan sentiasa patuh kepada SOP pandemik COVID-19. Pihak Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur sentiasa menghargai peranan yang dimainkan oleh REHDA dalam pembangunan Kuala Lumpur. REHDA merupakan suatu pertubuhan pemajuan tanah yang telah lama wujud dengan tradisi yang cemerlang. Dalam sesi ini, saya bersama-sama Tuan Haji Nur Azizi akan menyampaikan maklumat terkini berkaitan kawalan pembangunan di Kuala Lumpur. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, pada masa ini Kuala Lumpur masih belum berjaya menangani beberapa isu tipikal yang dihadapi oleh sesebuah bandar yang pesat membangun. Seperti yang sedia maklum, isu utama yang dihadapi Kuala Lumpur ialah kesesakan lalu lintas, banjir kilat, as you can see from the screen, gelandangan, kekurangan perumahan awam, kekurangan rumah mampu milik dan juga masalah pengurusan sisa pekerja. Bagi menangani isu-isu perbandaran ini, DBKL menggunakan pendekatan perancangan bandar melalui penyediaan Pelan Pembangunan Kuala Lumpur 2040. Plan ini akan memukakan solutions kepada isu-isu yang telah dinyatakan. Plan ini menetapkan visi Kuala Lumpur, bandaraya sejahtera untuk semua, no one left behind. Visi ini memberi fokus kepada kesejahteraan penduduk dan warga kota yang menjadi teras kepada pembangunan yang inklusif sehingga 2040. Dengan kata lain, visi ini akan memandu pembangunan Kuala Lumpur ke arah sebuah bandaraya yang inklusif, dimiliki bersama, mudah diakses serta saksama. Ladies and gentlemen, in essence, the aim is to create a city that will be enjoyed by all nationalities and KLites from all walks of life. Pelan Pembangunan Kuala Lumpur 2040 mengandungi dua komponen, iaitu Pelan Struktur Kuala Lumpur 2040 dan Pelan Tempatan Kuala Lumpur 2040. Draft Pelan Struktur Kuala Lumpur 2040 telah dipamerkan kepada orang ramai pada Februari 2020 sehingga Mei 2020. Pelan ini kini dalam proses pindaan bagi mengambil kira pandangan-pandangan yang dikemukakan oleh semua pihak yang berkepentingan. Draft Pelan Struktur Kuala Lumpur 2040 ini dijangka akan diwartakan pada Mei 2021. Pada masa yang sama, DBKI juga sedang menyediakan draft Pelan Tempatan Kuala Lumpur 2040. Pelan ini akan menterjemahkan dasar dan cadangan daripada Pelan Struktur Kuala Lumpur 2040. Draft Pelan Tempatan Kuala Lumpur 2040 mengandungi pelan cadangan guna tanah dan pelan zon intensiti bagi setiap plot tanah dalam kawasan Kuala Lumpur. Draft Pelan Tempatan Kuala Lumpur 2040 dijangka akan dipamerkan kepada orang ramai pada Julai 2021. Saya berharap tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat melibatkan diri dalam memberikan pandangan, cadangan dan maklum balas ke atas pelan tempatan ini. Draft Pelan Tempatan Kuala Lumpur 2040 dijangka diwartakan pada suku kedua 2022. Sesungguhnya, kedua-dua pelan ini menawarkan cadangan-cadangan penyelesaian kepada isu-isu perbandaran yang saya sebut di permulaan ucapan saya. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, selain daripada Pelan Pembangunan Kuala Lumpur 2040, saya ingin juga berkongsi maklumat mengenai aspek kawalan pembangunan seperti yang dipaparkan pada skrin. Pada ketika ini, Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur ada menawarkan pakej insentif bagi menggalakkan pemaju perumahan membina rumah mampu milik, dan rumah mampu milik bermaksud rumah yang dibina dengan harga jualan tidak melebihi RM300,000 seunit, saiz unit minimum 800 kaki persegi, dan pakej insentif yang ditawarkan ialah kepadatan penduduk yang tinggi sehingga 1,000 orang seekar. Dikecualikan membayar caj pembangunan dan diberikan potongan 50% ke atas sumbangan Improvement Service Fund (ISF). Selain daripada pakej insentif bagi rumah mampu milik, DBKL juga menyediakan bantuan dalam bentuk pengurangan caj pembangunan sehingga 50%. Bantuan ini bagi mengurangkan bebanan pemaju perumahan yang terkesan dengan pandemik COVID-19 yang sedang melanda negara sekarang ini. I trust the developers here will be encouraged with the effort by Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur to support businesses during these tough times. DBKL sedar harga tanah di pusat Bandar Kuala Lumpur sangat mahal. Bagi menangani masalah ini, kawasan pusat Bandar Kuala Lumpur dibenarkan mempunyai 50% unit kecil bagi servis apartmen. Sebelum ini, unit kecil yang dibenarkan adalah 30% sahaja. Jadi, unit kecil bermaksud unit servis apartmen yang bersaiz 450 hingga 650 kaki persegi. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, baru-baru ini di BKL telah memendekkan masa pemprosesan permohonan kelulusan perintah pembangunan, pelan bangunan dan juga pelan kejuruteraan. Dengan memasukkan OSC Technical, pemasuhan ini telah berjaya menjimatkan tempoh pemprosesan selama 9 hari, iaitu daripada 30 hari kepada 21 hari. Di BKL juga menetapkan tempoh masa bagi pihak pemohon mengemukakan pelanpindaan tidak boleh melebihi 14 hari. Berbanding sebelum ini 28 hari. Masa yang diberikan. Keperluan ini sudah tentu akan membantu mempercepatkan pengeluaran kelulusan pembangunan. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing our utmost to become efficient and to break down silos in DBKL in order to serve businesses and KL lines with more speed and accuracy. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, DBKL mengharapkan pihak REHDA memberi kerjasama untuk memastikan tapak bina sentiasa diselenggara dengan baik. Ia bagi menjamin aspek keselamatan, kebersihan dan keselesaan awam sentiasa dipelihara. Akhir-akhir ini, saya dapati terdapat hoarding tapak pembinaan yang tidak diselenggara dengan baik. Ada juga hoarding yang diconteng. Ini menampakkan, kalau dibiar, imej bandar yang ditinggalkan atau imej bandar terbiar. So we don't want that to happen in KL. Untuk mengatasi masalah ini, garis panduan hoarding tapak pembinaan telah dikeluarkan oleh Damanan Kuala Lumpur untuk dipatuhi oleh pihak pemaju. I think you can see from the screen some of the nice pictures, graphics on the hoarding. I'm sure all of us here can agree that we can do more, especially developers, by simply beautifying your hoardings. You will improve so many aspects of KL visually. Tapak banner yang dibenarkan untuk kerja lebih masa wajib memasang CCTV bagi tujuan memantau kepatuhan kepada waktu kerja yang dibenarkan. Terdapat juga pemaju-pemaju yang tidak memasang dan menyelenggara jaring keselamatan safety net dan cash platform pada bangunan-bangunan mereka yang berada dalam pembinaan. Keadaan ini mendedahkan orang awam dan pekerja kepada risiko keselamatan. It goes without saying, safety must be your absolute priority. Human life is valuable, irrelevant if they are Malaysians or non-Malaysians, and I urge you to take on more responsibility for the safety of your workers as a key priority. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, semua tapak pembinaan di Kuala Lumpur telah disyaratkan dalam Perintah Pembangunan atau DO untuk mengemukakan pelan cadangan kerja tanah bagi tujuan kelulusan. Kerja-kerja tanah di kawasan bercerun curam perlu dikawal dengan rapi untuk mengelakkan berlakunya banjir lumpur. Sekiranya pihak pemaju didapati gagal dalam mematuhi syarat kelulusan pelan kerja tanah ini, DBKL akan mengeluarkan notis arahan pematuhan atau notis arahan memberhentikan kerja beserta dengan jumlah kompaun yang tinggi. Because to us, this is very important. Again, we must work together to ensure that landslides do not occur, especially at construction and work sites. I assure you, DBKL will not be lenient if these things happen. Untuk makluman tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur akan melaksanakan caj pembangunan kadar matriks. This is good news to the developers. Pelaksanaan ini dijangka bermula pada September 2021. Caj pembangunan kadar matriks ini boleh membantu pihak pemaju membuat perancangan keuangan mereka dengan lebih awal. Malahan, ia boleh membantu pemaju mengira sendiri caj pembangunan yang akan dikenakan oleh DBKL. So, saya rasa ini satu perkara yang sangat baik dan ia akan mempercepatkan lagi proses pengeluaran kelulusan pembangunan. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, inilah maklumat terkini yang saya kira sangat penting untuk dimaklumkan untuk pengetahuan pihak REHDA. And I look forward to continue the close relationship with REHDA as we strive to improve our services for the city that we all love, Kuala Lumpur. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to ask your questions and share your views. Terima kasih, Datuk and Mr. Chan.
Thank you, Datuk Bandar. Thank you for sharing all of that, and I think this is certainly great that we have such an open DBKL management to engage us. I recall it was less than a month ago we visited Datuk Bandar's office on a courtesy call, and on the spot, Datuk Bandar was kind enough to invite us to regular sessions such as this to give feedback on how we can work closer with DBKL and ensuring things progress smoothly in Kuala Lumpur during these challenging times.
To us, Mr. Chan, to create a city for all and left no one behind, this is not an easy job. The vision is a big vision. We are so ambitious on it, but then we can only do it if we can engage everyone.
Yes.
That is the main source for city for all.
Yes.
So I have to do my level best to get as much information as I can.
Thank you.
Okay, Datuk Som.
Maybe thank you. Thank you to Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haji Mahdi Cik Nga, Datuk Bandar Kuala Lumpur, Yang Berusaha Tuan Haji Nur Azizi, Pengarah Eksekutif Perancangan, senior management of DBKL who are present here today and who may be listening in, REHDA Wilayah Committee member headed by Mr. Chan Kin Ming. Then we have Datuk Charlie Chia there, who is our National Secretary General as well. As Mr. Chan mentioned just now, it is exactly 1 month that Datuk Mahdi.
Yes, yes.
On the 13th of November, if I remember correctly, that we went to your office and met you, and you suggested that we have this regular session, and I think it's unexpected that the members also feel very proud that we are given this occasion to actually be informed of what is going to come in terms of development in Kuala Lumpur. Some of the issue you briefed us just now regarding some of the things that can be improved in DBKL, and I think you and your team are working very hard towards that. Then on the development angle, you told us some of the goodies that are being given because of COVID-19 on reduction in development charges.
We share the trouble that you have to go through.
Yeah, and increase in the increase in the density. The other is, I think you highlighted just now some of the shortcomings of the development area in terms of safety and cleanliness, and also upkeep of hoardings and surrounding.
Yeah.
I think REHDA Malaysia definitely and REHDA Wilayah will play a role here to advise all our members to cooperate and to ensure that Kuala Lumpur remain one of the most livable city in the world,
please, yeah.
and something that we all can be proud of.
Yes, yes.
And I think you mentioned just now there's a new metrics in terms of development charges, and I think we look forward to that. And in the previous engagement that we had, you talk about trying to promote the agenda of climatic change, the agenda of green, and some of the incentive that can be given to us. Maybe we can actually discuss that and explore that later on.
Yeah.
But in short, on behalf of REHDA Wilayah and REHDA Malaysia, I would like to thank Datuk Mahdi and the team for being very open and forward-coming in engaging us and the professionals who are involved in our business. And I think if all the local authorities in Malaysia can take a leaf from what you have been doing, I think we should all the developers you are becoming the envy of we're becoming the envy of all the other states and local authority. Everybody have been wishing this will happen in their local authority. Yeah. But I think you have taken the first step and show it as a big example. As being like in Chinese, we say the taiko, taiko of all the local authority in Malaysia. So with that,
it's too big function for us to play that role,
Yeah. So with that, I pass back to Mr. Chan.
Yes.
He's going to moderate the session.
Yes, please, Mr. Chan.
Yes. Thank you, Datuk President. Yes, we will have, I think, a Q&A session which we will welcome questions and feedback from members later. But I'd like to take this opportunity to touch on the subject of green and sustainable development, because
I can also get Haji Azizi to answer some of the questions.
Sure thing. Of course. Yes, and I think at the last meeting session, Datuk Bandar, you were kind enough to share with us how one of your visions is for green and sustainable development, as well as sustainable living in Kuala Lumpur. And I think this is, of course, very relevant in today's times. And it's with pleasure we'd like to share with you that REHDA has actually introduced its own green building rating system since 2013, in fact. And I think if we can put some of those slides up. So this is our green RE rating system. It is based on the Singapore BCA standard, but localized.
Okay.
Untuk sesuai untuk Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yes, so apparently. In 2014, this system was actually accepted by DBKL.
In
2014.
2014.
That's right. And so di mana-mana DO has a requirement for green, ciri-ciri green RE, and the rating system is also diterima lah.
Okay.
Accepted.
Good.
Okay? Good. So it's if I go to the next slide, yes, it's fully endorsed by the federal government. The projects that are certified green are also eligible for MIDA and IRDA tax incentives.
Yeah.
Recognized by the federal government.
Yes. Okay.
And yes, and several local authorities as well, like MBPJ, MBSA. Okay, let's see. Well, to date, I think Green RE has certified over 200 million square feet in new buildings and existing
But you
buildings.
only certify buildings, not the neighborhood scale.
They have township tool as well. Yes.
Township.
Correct.
Township rating tools.
They're rating.
2,000 acres, 3,000
Yeah.
That's right. They have rating tools for residential, both landed, high-rise, for existing buildings that want to be rated to current standards, township, even for offices and for medical facilities. And of course, there are also new new tools that's been developed, like rating for restaurants and data centers.
Okay.
So to date, I think about some quick facts. 200 million square feet of buildings has been certified, comprising nearly 230 projects.
In KL alone or throughout the country?
Throughout Malaysia. Throughout Malaysia.
So how many of them are in KL?
I think easily about 50% are in
So
KL.
you are seeing the trend is on the positive side, that more building owners are coming to Green RE to get the building certified.
That's right. I think the Green RE team has also many outreach and awareness programs to educate our fellow members about the benefits of adhering to green principles, and they realize that this is the way forward.
Surprisingly, the number of projects, even though with the COVID-19 this year, we have more green building to be rated. That means people are now aware.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for your information, Mr. Chan and Datuk Som, we are also very serious in actually trying to reduce the carbon emission in the city. We have got building plan. It's a blueprint.
Yes.
Sorry, we have got the blueprint for it. And this blueprint was prepared and actually adopted to be used by Kuala Lumpur, Dewan Bandar Kuala Lumpur, as early as 2017. So in that blueprint, we actually come up with a lot of programs to be implemented by a lot of parties.
Okay.
Some of them are the individual landowners. So we really want to get more people to actually develop green building. We are also doing now working very hard to create more green infrastructure.
Fantastic. Yeah.
The reasons why, the reason why we did this, because we have the target. By 2030, we need to reduce 70% of the carbon emission in the city.
Okay.
Datuk Som, this is to me is a very ambitious target. But I have got no other choices, but it has been committed early on. So let's just fight together, let's just push it through and work together to achieve the target.
Fantastic. Yes, and I think it's good that we have targets to try and aim towards. And I fully agree with Datuk Bandar. This is something that we can only achieve this target by working together. So
I'm quite sure, Mr. Chan, in persuading people, because you involve money, to have green buildings, you probably want to see some incentive from the city council, from the Dewan Bandar Kuala Lumpur. Let us see this and put this probably issue to be discussed and maybe the incoming session with REHDA again, probably within 2 or 3 months' time. See how it goes.
Thank you. Yes. And thank you, Dr. Bandar. And I think, yes, that's right. We will probably benefit from working closely with your team and bringing up to speed with the latest, with the green RE. I mean, it is. I think I was looking at the statistics the other day. It is now by choice the number one green rating tool adopted by developers. So it's good that we're all also walking in the same direction.
Good. But I can also see the trend that a lot of new building they want it to be green now. For example, all buildings in TRX area, they are all green building rated. They are all green rated buildings.
Fantastic.
I think most of the multinational and international company, they have to go into a green building because of the ESG agenda. Environmental, social and governance. So because of that agenda, they all have to move towards that. And the other thing is a social responsibility that we reduce carbon footprint in whatever there is. And one of the other things that we do also is we also in the green RE, what we do is also to look at things like air quality, energy conservation, and so we can do even energy for old building. We can even look at energy audit to see how we can reduce the usage of energy in the old existing building.
Oh, I see.
So those are some of the things that we can do. And
but just to share with you, Datuk Som, we have got a lot of buildings owned by us, big and small. But mainly these buildings in the form of markets, Dewan Masyarakat, and also our own head office. But then we are working closely with TMG, Tokyo Metropolitan Government, to advise us what is the best way to reduce carbon emission from all these buildings owned by us. Of course, the simple solution is use renewable energy. But we still need to have a proper study how to do it. And there are also other options like Datuk Som was saying, Mr. Chan, just now mentioned, dealing with the existing building. We can also probably choose to use energy efficient equipment. We also can do that. So see what best that we can do. Again, we are committed to achieve the target that by 2030, which is not that long to come, we need to have that 70% reduction.
I think what we can do here, Datuk, I dare to commit here that maybe in the, you see we have a youth section in the REHDA youth that we also focus on green. Maybe we can do some pilot projects.
Yes,
to
that's
do some
good.
of this
That's
and
good.
see
Yes.
what we can do. And actually, we have some of our younger members there who are very passionate about green and climatic change. So they can be roped in together with DBKL to work on some of these pilot
And
projects.
all these initiatives are also actually will be benefiting them the most. Yes.
Because DBKL will also, obviously take the lead in setting the teladan lah to the industry.
Yes.
Yeah?
Let's do together.
Okay, good. I'd like to take this opportunity to also remind our audience that DBKL is, for this session, they've been very welcoming of your comments and perhaps any questions you might have. So please feel free to type in your questions and the team will try and present that to us. Okay. We've already got one that's come in. I think Datuk Bandar, one of the members asking, what is the status of the KL 2040 master plan? Has it been gazetted as it was supposed to be by the end of 2020?
Mr. Chan, I think the best person to answer this is Tuan Haji Nur Azizi.
Fantastic.
Let's see.
Tuan Haji, yes, welcome.
Thank you, Datuk Bandar. Thank you, Mr. Chan. I think Datuk Bandar do touch on this subject earlier during his short presentation. Yes, the plan, the present structure plan is structure plan 2020. But it doesn't mean that by 31st December 2020, the plan will be null and void. No.
Okay.
No. Legally, the plan got to be replaced by another structure plan. For it to be null and void, it got to be replaced by another structure plan. So that is what we are doing now.
Yeah.
Has been shared by our mayor just now. We are now in the midst of preparing our draft. The draft has already been shared to the public in March, till May, and now we have gathered all the comments, the objection, and our staff and consultant now are in the midst of updating the plan. Hopefully, we'll be ready by end of this month, following which we will table it to the minister. For the minister is the one who finally will consider and approve the plan.
The plan. Yeah.
So we can expect it to be ready at around April or May next year.
May next year.
May next year.
Yes. That's good. Very clear.
Yeah.
I think it's clear.
Yeah.
That.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Tuan Haji. Okay, we have another question. What is the future of car park requirements for Kuala Lumpur? And when will these new requirements be announced? Yes. I think this question comes from an architect, from David Hashim. Thank you for dialing in.
We are, Mr. Chan, my answer is, we are actually in the midst of finalizing the study on traffic master plan for Kuala Lumpur 2040. So I think the consultant has reached maybe 70 or 80% completion. And I'm quite sure we have put that as one of the main items in the TOR, terms of reference for the consultant to use while doing the study. So I'm quite certain when the study has been completed, there will be some proposal to address the car parking standards in the city. But currently, we are moving towards getting more people to use public transport. So I think we can see the direction that we don't want to have too much cars in the city.
Reduce carbon footprint.
We reduce carbon footprint.
Yes.
They also tied up with our 70% target.
Yeah.
So that's some leads that I'm sharing here. That car parking, I think, in terms of the provision, we probably want it to be reduced.
Great.
I think we all agree.
Sokong. Good. Thank you, Dr. Bandar.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, of course, in these challenging times, many developers are reviewing their projects. You know, the question is always, when is it a good time, when is it a safe time to proceed and launch projects, you know, that they're working on. So one of the other questions members have asked is that if their DOs, the building plan permits have expired during this period, you know, are they allowed to seek some form of automatic renewal, you know, so that they can ease the burden and help plan better to launch this project? So if they can have it automatically extended without needing to resubmit to DBKL, and perhaps, you know, have some of these fees waived, ditangguhkan lah. Yeah?
I may also want Jazzy to address these questions. It could have been the earlier policies that have been made to address this issue.
Okay.
So, Jazzy.
Okay, obviously this is not an administrative issue. It's a legal issue.
Okay.
Because the law requires that it got to be extended. But for development order at least, I think we have agreed to not to say to waive, not to have a condition for extension of DO for layouts.
Okay.
For layouts, because in fact it's not required by the law. The law only require extension of DO for development, for buildings, not for layouts. So all our new approvals with regard to layout approval will not have conditions for extension of DO.
Okay.
It is a lifetime approval.
Approval.
Approval. But for
Many plots.
Yeah.
They can also come in phases because too big area.
Yes.
not until if you want to amend that layouts.
Sure.
So then obviously you have to come in and make a submission again. But with regard to the others, the building plan, we can always help in getting the approval the soonest.
Yeah.
And our 14 days promise, our KPI, I think we never go beyond that. The maximum is 14 days for it to be tabled. By then, I'm sure we can get it approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, we want it to be faster or earlier. We try our level best to actually to help everyone to get the approval the soonest that we can.
Time is money for us.
Yeah.
The additional time we will incur additional interest charged by the banks.
We understood that properly, very well, and we also do our best to actually streamline, simplify. As I mentioned just now, we even omit one OSC technical
Fantastic.
committee so that and reduce to hours.
Okay.
We are actually saving 9 days. So these are the things that have been done in the organisation to actually support the development in the city.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, we have some remarks from sahabat Alan Tay. Terima kasih atas insentif charge pembangunan semasa COVID-19. Bolehkah kami dapatkan maklumat lanjut mengenai permohonan pengurangan charge pembangunan dan jabatan yang mana bertanggungjawab untuk perkara ini? And asli adakah perlu dibayar sepenuhnya atau terlebih dahulu? Terima kasih.
Ya, ni Mr. Chan, let me answer it. Of course, Jabatan Perancang Bandar, Perancang Bandar, go and write to Jabatan Perancang Bandar to get the 50% reduction or discount. Whether you have to pay cash, I'm not quite certain. You can check with the Jabatan concerned how to pay and what are other documents need to be submitted.
Our appeal is that because now cash flow is a bit tight for all developers. So if we can maybe pay by installment or whatever. When you say cash means definitely either is in the bank draft or whatever. But we are talking, I think maybe here is more about talking about installment or something like that.
The spirit is to help the developers to face the difficulties at the moment. So with that spirit, let me see how best we can actually consider, if there's not been the procedure yet, to also allow payment by installment.
Okay, thank you. So we appreciate the flexibility in this time, sir. One topic that was raised, another topic that's been raised, to Datuk Mahadi. When will the latest guidelines on SOHO development in TPZ be formally ratified by the Jabatan?
TPZ, Town Planning, Town Planning Zone.
Yes.
Transit Planning Zone.
Transit planning, yes.
Transit Planning Zone will
So
be formally.
guidelines on SOHO development.
Okay, we are actually still reviewing it, but we have got the draft. They have shown me, they wanted to brief me, I think last meeting, but we don't have the time to look at it. I'm quite sure mungkin lagi 1 or 2 more weeks we're going to look at this.
Okay, something that's in development lah.
Yes.
Okay, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay, I think we've also we had previously raised on the subject of current owners redeveloping for under en bloc redevelopment of old sites in Kuala Lumpur. We'd like to see if Datuk Bandar and his team, how receptive you are for these sort of redevelopment proposals. Are there any incentives to help encourage building owners to make better use of existing
something like urban regeneration?
Or that means you are redeveloping or renewing the existing building or settlement.
Yes.
Okay, Datuk and Mr. Chan, there's a very clear policy. We have a very clear policy on this. I think already spelled out in the 2020 local plan. If you are involved in urban renewal projects or urban redevelopment project, you are actually given certain incentive. The incentive is you will be given the extra plot ratio.
Okay.
I'm not quite certain how much you can get, but please go and refer back look at the 2020 local plan. Okay. It's all been spelled out. Okay. It's all been stated in that book.
Okay.
So please refer to 2020 local plan so that everyone has got a very clear indication how much the incentives are given.
One of the issue coming to this en bloc development mentioned by Mr. Chan and the incentive that you're giving is that currently under the land law, the Strata Title Act, there is a percentage of consent that's required before we can redevelop. So I think the question asked by Mr. Chan just now again added on is, does DBKL encourage this urban regeneration project?
We do, and already actually, as I said earlier, mentioned stated in the plan, but of course to get the consent from the parties involved or the owners, that's an issue. But we have got 1 or 2 experience to redevelop all public housing, involve hundreds of strata owners, but the current law says we still need to get the consent of all the landowners. We don't have the law yet.
But we are looking at getting the Ministry of Land to relook at it, to
If
talk about a
if
certain
we can have
percentage.
that, it also help us in a way
Yes.
To get more old building,
Yes.
dilapidated sites.
To reduce the urban slum.
Yeah, to reduce urban slum.
I
Yes.
think that's one of the most. But the
Yeah,
other thing is
so-
because under the local plan as well, there's a certain density for those existing plot. So apart from getting additional plot ratio, because some of it could be very low plot ratio currently
yes.
in the old plot.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
but the surrounding could be high plot ratio. So when we submit for this urban regeneration, maybe we hope that your good office can look at how to actually make it balance, rather than one plot that is
Yeah.
low density and the rest all are higher density.
So it can also be part of the new input for the
2040.
2040 local plan.
So this is
But-
something that we need
Yeah,
to look
but
at.
let us see what has been the offer at the moment in 2020 local plan, and how much more we will be able to probably improve from there.
Great.
So let's see how.
Okay, thank you, Datuk Bandar. Touching on the topic of improving on the 2020 plan, previously they had identified TOD, transport-oriented design zones, which has certain incentives and features up to 400 meters from the TOD area. So a question from one of our members: is it possible to extend this coverage? Say to double.
So
it to
there's an
800
additional
meters?
plot ratio given
Yes.
within that TOD area zone. But currently it's 400. Some say why not 500, why not 600, you know? So a walkable distance is what we talk about.
Correct.
So I think the suggestion by the person who asked the question is to say that if we do a covered walkway at our cost,
Correct. It
can
be
then
extend,
it be considered part of a TOD and be accorded the additional plot ratio?
I think this is also the aspect that we want public to give the feedback to us. It actually related to how much you are willing to walk
Sure.
from your house or your office to the station,
Yep.
because we want people to use public transport.
Yep.
So, and those projects that fall within the TOD area, they are actually getting the incentive high plot ratio.
Yes.
But if people are not willing to walk, because of probably quite a distance from the station, from the nearest station, public transport station, there's no point. They will still use their own cars to drive to the office or go back to their houses. So let us see. At the moment, we use 400 meters as the distance.
Yes.
The
That
question
people
just now he
would dare
asked
to
is,
walk.
Datuk, the question he mentioned just now, there's a statement there to say that he's willing to build a
Build
covered
additional
walkway all the way.
Yeah.
So when you have a covered
one
walkway,
thing,
it's
but
more walkable.
Covered walkway one thing, but do the people like to walk or not? Dare to walk or not with that distance?
More than 400 meters, will they walk or not?
Would they walk or not? If they don't want to walk, there's no point for us to actually give them the higher
So this
plot
can be
ratio,
part
because
of the
that's
fit-
not an incentive.
This
there.
can be part of the feedback we get from
we
during the
want to
public
see-
hearing
Yeah,
as well.
public hearing on 2040. We see how it goes.
Okay. Fantastic.
Maybe people like to consider walking as part of doing exercise.
Yeah,
Maybe,
make-
maybe
they
I
make them
don't
more
know.
healthy.
Maybe more.
That's true. That's true.
Gaya hidup sehat. Maybe, but let's see. Datuk, we see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. We had a question, Datuk Bandar, at the last meeting. I thought I just bring this up in this session. So, the topic of affordable housing in the city centre is always a long-running one. Members have asked, is there any chance we can get a greater allowance to build small-sized units within, say, the KLCC area or the central city areas? Because now there are certain limits, a percentage, which could be 600 square feet and smaller. Is there an opportunity we can review
For what type of
for say strata developments, high-rise strata developments? Can we get some leeway to build more small-sized units?
Okay, as I mentioned in my speech earlier on, that we have considered
Yes.
to actually increase the percentage.
Okay.
But it has to be in the city centre
Okay.
and also in the TOD area or transportation hub, these three areas.
Okay.
So what we have agreed to give, or already decided to give, is we increase the percentage of small unit from 30% to 50%. And the size is between 450 to 650 square feet. That is the definition on the
Additional 20%.
additional 20%.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. A question to REHDA.
Question to that.
Okay. Okay, let's see. DBKL is always sensitive to needs of the people. Various policies and guidelines are made for the well-being of citizens. In this regard, the extent of REHDA's role in helping to realize the government's aspiration. I could answer that.
I think the first thing is here. I think this question maybe aligned to provision of affordable housing. I think it's part of what Datuk Bandar mentioned just now.
Yeah.
I think for us is whenever there's required and possible, and given the incentive now to say that there's an increased density allowed if we do affordable housing of up to 1,000 population per acre and with a build-up of 800 square feet. I think maybe given this current challenging time, maybe some developers will look towards that as well, with a mix of affordable and market-driven product. Second, I think the aspect of upkeep of the city, I think we will also now tell our fellow developers to play their role in ensuring that all construction sites be kept to the best possible, including not only what they are doing inside, even the outside appearance of the hoarding and the rest, and also to ensure that safety is the utmost important. And because of flood, sometimes blames are apportioned to development, too much development causing flood and all this. I think we will also have to play a role here in supporting the DBKL's initiative. Maybe sometimes we need to do a bit more study upstream. You know, a flood happened downstream, then we need to go a bit upstream to check at the things. I think REHDA will play a role to advise our member to cooperate on this. And I think the other thing is that I think DO coming out of DBKL now for projects more than 50,000 meters square now, there is a need for us to comply to the IBS score of 50. So we have also asked our member to comply accordingly. And currently, the other one that I mentioned earlier is actually going green. So the agenda, if it becomes part of DBKL agenda, and if incentives are also given, then we will also encourage them. Even without this, we are now encouraging them to go in. But it will be make easier. Example like same like affordable housing. Maybe DBKL will give us additional plot ratio and other things. As Datuk Bandar mentioned, the next meeting maybe we can discuss this agenda. So these are some of the things that REHDA will do.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, I think we'll probably come round to maybe the last few questions in the session. Okay, there's one on comment. Thank you to Datuk Bandar for from sahabat Tan Ching Ming. Yes. So thank you to Datuk Bandar for cutting, for reducing the processing time at the OSC. He would like to know if the technical requirements, any new technical requirements, will they be published, and so that the plans submitted to DBKL, will be fully compliant. So there's less a chance of submitting the wrong things and giving unnecessary work to the officials.
But the technical requirement sometimes differs from project to project. It depends on what scale you are putting in.
True.
You are submitting in. But then the general technical requirements, they are all there. So probably we can create a kind of like a guidelines, planning guidelines, the normal one. Let me see how best we can do that.
Okay.
But then again, because this technical requirement is really highly related to your proposal, your proposed development. Then things of that nature, we probably not be able to have a standards kind of requirement.
Okay.
Basic guideline
could be the basic. We can actually come up with the guideline as proposed by Datuk Som. Let's see how we can improve it so that our clients are getting better information that will help them to getting early approval. That would definitely we will definitely help that.
Because there could be some new developers from station, they may want to come to Kuala Lumpur. So at least they can look at the guideline, then they know what to expect.
Okay, Ken. I think it's hard time for us to publish all those. We have got in the
Those are
office.
general, that's general.
Yeah.
If he buy a specific plot, then he need to come and check with DBKL what are the specific planning requirements for that area.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we will field just one last question for this session. This comes from an Eileen Tan. Okay, terima kasih. Apakah garis banduan terbaru untuk cadangan layout dual key? And apakah ratio unit size dan jumlah unit? Okay, terima kasih ya.
Ini let me give this question to be addressed by Cik Haji Azizi lah.
Okay, this is a very good question. A long outstanding issue of dual key. But our experience going through plans during OST is the details of the design. The detail of the design, which really that we need to scrutinize to ensure that it's really meant for a dual key. So, in OEC itself, I think last month we are debating over this. So, we need to refine our guideline.
Guidelines,
I can agree with Eileen. We need to scrutinize a lot of detailed design.
Okay.
So that we can keep update with the latest layout for a dual key. We need to see a lot of overseas ideas and how do they deal with it. Keep changing.
Keep changing.
Okay, terima kasih.
So-
Haji, ya. Okay, so this is something I guess there'll be more mediating.
It's kind of work in progress.
Yeah,
Work in
and then
progress.
We
We
can
say.
have more discussion.
Yeah.
If Eileen has a,
Yep,
Eileen has some
it's
of
an
these,
interesting
ideas and
proposal.
all this we can suggest,
Yes.
Then
And,
maybe we can forward to REHDA, then we can bring
we can,
forward
yes,
more
yes.
They must also actually bring to us what are the weaknesses of that concept.
Yeah.
Want to see further
Yes.
how much we can, if there is any, to overcome that weaknesses.
Okay.
If we were to allow that dual key system
Yes.
to be favorably implemented in this city.
Okay.
Meaning that Datuk Mahdi is that you are all very open.
Yes.
I think maybe just to re-emphasize lah, Datuk Mahdi is saying that DBK is open for us as developer to suggest, and if certain time those days, if it's not approved, there could be a reason, and then we need to come and show otherwise lah, why in some country can be done and how to overcome some of the fears that we have lah.
Yes.
So I think these are the things. So I think
Yes.
for this we need to thank you for
Yes.
being forward-looking and willing to look at some, because there are a lot of various variable of dual key.
We must see this. Cities are actually the same, but they are competing among themselves
Yes.
to attract the investment.
Yes.
So we also want to make the city so attractive for the investors, because that create jobs.
Correct.
That create new standards, new environment in the city.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we've always said, as the capital city of the country, KL is a little bit more special. So we welcome Datuk Bandar and his team's approach, where starting with this initiative, to be very open, to our feedback. So thank you very much for that. I think together we can make this work.
Yeah, together we can make city better.
Yes.
And we really wanted to go towards achieving the new vision, which is city for all and left no one behind.
Good. So I think with that, we thank everyone for your time and dialing in. Terima kasih kepada
Thank you
Mahdi
for Datuk So and Mr.
Tuan
Tan
Hajin.
as well.
Thank you,
Tuan
thank
Haji
you, thank you, Datuk Mahdi
sudi
and
menjemput
Tuan Haji
kita di
Azizi.
sini.
Yep.
Any other closing remarks, Datuk So, perhaps?
Thank you again to all present and those who have actually sent their question online, and thank you for the engagement that have been given to us by Datuk Bandar and his team, and we look forward to having more regular meetings with Datuk Bandar and DBKL team. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Datuk.
thank
Thank you to everyone.